Hello, beautiful people. How you guys doing? You're welcome to Kojo on the Pod. So, Kojo on the Pod is a podcast on life and relationships. And today, I'm inviting one of very few entrepreneurs in the space. And according to my new episode recently, we're talking about entrepreneurship, and it's more centered on like startup businesses and how they started and how it's going so far. So I mean, bringing up people who are in that space to speak and let you guys know their stories, their risk, their innovation, their success, how it's going. And yeah, so today I'm inviting one of them. So stay tuned, and thank you again for being a blessing to my podcast journey. A few home keeping activities. Please follow me on Instagram, Coach on the Pod, TikTok, Coach on the Pod, YouTube, Coach on the Pod, and I'm gradually building my channel. So thank you guys for being a part. Thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate you guys. Like, you guys have no idea. When I started this podcast in 2018, I didn't believe that I would get this far. Like, honestly speaking, now I'm branding myself gradually. Like, gradually. Who would have thought? Who would have actually thought that Coach on the Pod would be this far? So it's by the grace of God, first of all, and also by your support and your motivation. Thank you guys so much. So I see my guest here. I would invite him and he would introduce himself and we'll have the conversation. So thank you guys. If you have any questions, anything to ask, you can just comment in the comment section and he would answer you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to invite my guest. Let's loud and clear. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up and we would proceed. All right. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
All right. How's your day going so far?
My day is going fine. I still have life by God's grace.
That's
I'm
good.
just out for a church picnic right now. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thank you again for being a part of my journey. I really appreciate your time and your presence. I really appreciate that. Before you joined, I told the audience that I'm starting a new. I've been doing this for some time, like this episode actually, to talk about startup businesses, especially entrepreneurs in the space. Mostly, I barely hear people talk about entrepreneurs and how they started and how it's going. And I really want to get people to speak up and tell us how it started. So without further ado, please introduce yourself. Let us know how I can talk. I call your name. I know I know a little bit about you. However, I appreciate that you tell me how to introduce you, how to So in that sense, it will be easier. All right, so go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, I'm gonna give thanks to God for the gift of life for both of us, and I'm also gonna say that I'm proud that you are out of your comfort zone and actually doing this podcasting, because this is something like my major in school is communication, and this is something I also love to do. So I'm proud that you're doing that, and I pray that God will give you more ideas to do it.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. So and thanks for the opportunity for bringing me on too. By the way, my name is Herbert Obeng, and I'm from Ghana, and I just came from Ghana 5 years ago. Yeah. So that's a little about me for now.
Okay. Definitely we're gonna dive into it. I know it's just a little. Just give us a sentence. I'm from Ghana. Okay, cool. That's fine. So Herbert, I know you just came from Ghana 5 years ago. Why fashion? How did you get into the space? And yeah,
All right.
how did you get
So
there?
fashion. Okay. So to start off with, I'm somebody who really love African prints. So
Okay.
I used to really dress like with African prints a lot. But I think one time I was wearing an outfit and somebody said, "Oh, this is nice." And me, one thing about me is if I see something that's nice or anything that's kind of like um close to me, like a hobby or something, I think of finding ways to make money out of it, because like most people have the talent, but they don't know how to use it. And the first thing you need is like discernment on how to use your talent, because sometimes you can have the talent and you can just go wayward, and or you shouldn't let the money kind of lead you from the scratch. So I felt like, oh, now I really love African prints. I love my culture, like Ghana. So let me start something that will lead me back to my roots. That was the first thought of me having the idea. Yeah.
Okay. And so, I really like to know the nitty gritty. Honestly speaking, I know you just give us your main reason. However, like, you don't just get up and just become a fashion designer. So, where did that desire, where did that gift come from? Did you have a dream? Were you told a prophecy? Like, did you have this gift growing up? So that it will kind of like help us understand your journey to
So
becoming a graphic or a fashion designer. Sorry.
so one thing about me is whenever when I put my mind to something that I want to do it, I will do it. So that's me. Like when I start something, I touch it, and I feel like it's God who has given me that thing. It's like I have that consistency thing in me that, oh, let me continue with this. So like that's why I started. Oh, I did it. I posted the first picture. If you go to my page, that first picture. So eventually I started like posting stuff on my page, and I thank God, like I got the support I needed from the scratch, and that really helped me a lot. Plus me, I'm not somebody who is shy of like gonna come to you. Like for my following on Instagram, people didn't find my videos on Instagram and followed us like, oh, this is nice. I went to them, spoke to them about my brand, and introduced it to them, and then they check it out and they follow you. So like it was more or less like personal conversation with people. So like I had passion for what I wanted to do, and I was ready to put in the work. So that is how it started.
Wow. So you had passion, you were consistent, you're a customer driven person. Most people like me, honestly speaking, I was once shy, but now, Masa, it's like I need to go and speak to the people. I need to go and talk to them. Like I had no other option, because at the end of the day, you are delivering to the people. You are delivering your service to the people. So whatever you have to do to get their attention, you got to do it. And you mentioned earlier on that money sometimes can blind you from your design or from what you're doing. How is that affecting what you're doing? Like, how is
Okay,
money
so
affecting your
before that, I'm not the only one who owns a business. Like, so when I started it, it was my own idea and stuff. But I met my business partner along the line because apart from my clothing line, I have my own charity foundation, my nonprofit in
Okay.
Ghana
Oh, okay.
and here in the US too.
Okay.
So he was helping me with my website, but he saw that I was very like ambitious like with stuff. So he decided to tap in. So he's very talented and gifted with like I think he's on the live. He's called.
Hopefully he will join shortly. Just give us some patience. Maybe network issues. But thank you guys for joining. This is Kojo on the pod. Okay. He's here now. All right.
Sorry,
Proceed,
I don't know
please.
what happened. Yeah. So he's very like talented, and so one thing about our brand is the designs that you see on our page, you're not gonna find them anywhere.
Wow.
We sketch it from our mind and then
Wow.
we put it there. Yeah. So and we name the designs according to like Ghanaian names. So
Right.
it's like we wanna relate it back to our culture.
Right.
So like you wouldn't find it's like it has a unique name
Right.
to it for every outfit.
Right.
Yeah.
So
like on the money part, when we sat down, the idea we had is for now, we are just putting in the work to get to the top.
right.
If you put money, everybody starts business because they want to make money,
Yeah.
like or it's a side hustle.
Yeah.
But for the first 5 years, you have to set the plan that hey, this time around, I'm gonna just work, hustle, put in the work, build my brand, put in all the professionalism that I need to do, make the mistakes I need to make at this point, and then learn from them.
Right.
If you let the money lead you, you're gonna make it and stuff, but you will never learn anything, and then you never get to the top. But when you actually like kind of you get the money, people will support you, but learn more about the industry that you are in, what you need to do to get to the top, the losses that you're gonna face, and how you can get there in the long run. It really helps you a lot. So that's
Wow. Earlier on, I was having this chat with a few people about supporting black businesses. And as you mentioned, you want your business, your brand to be focused on, back home, which is great, which is great. And I want to know, like, so far since you started, has it been great in terms of support? I think people buying it, patronizing it, sharing your post, like just little support here and there.
Yeah, it's been great. People, when we freshly started, it was great, really great. I remember one of my friends group, they actually bought like we're actually going out, and one person bought a t-shirt for everyone,
Wow,
like
wow,
everyone, and they wear it just to support me. I remember at that time, the time that I started my brand November 2020. So
wow. So it's been 3 years.
yeah, it's
Wow,
gonna be 3 years this year.
wow.
So at that time, Clubhouse, I don't know whether you know Clubhouse.
I know Clubhouse, yes.
It was very active, and I am somebody who's like to talk when I go on like platforms and stuff. So I used to always introduce myself, and I will introduce my brand. And the people there, like they thought I was funny and stuff. So they actually even like me as a person. So they started supporting my brand and buying stuff from me a
Wow.
lot. But eventually, like school setting and stuff. So
Yeah.
I stopped going to Clubhouse. But when I went to campus, like University of Maryland, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
um, any UMD student, that school has been one of my biggest support, like fashion shows, following my page, buying. But one thing about college students is they don't have that money to buy
True.
your stuff. And
Yeah.
if it's expensive for them,
Yeah.
it always becomes their struggle.
Yeah.
But for sharing, supporting, telling people about your brand, giving you the opportunity to showcase your brand to the school, for that one, yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask this, right? You said you are tracing your brand to Africa. You're tracing from your roots, which is amazing, right? Now, for me, I think that a business should be like focused on everyone. Like, because again, people are patronizing your business, like
Mm-hmm.
your services, right? So I want to know, don't you think you are limiting yourself to just a group of people?
So no, the idea is not basically focused on only Africans. But
Okay, okay,
so my business partner is here. Our idea is not basically based on the Africans. We are trying, so our team is called, when we started, we had the team, our motto as promoting Africanism.
okay,
But we changed it to heritage and style, meaning we are trying to show our heritage and style to the world.
okay,
So we are also trying to bring our heritage to other people,
okay,
and also learning about their heritage, and
okay,
also trying to create a line of clothing for them.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So initially it was just focused on Africans,
when
like
I started
initially
it, right?
when you
When I
started,
started
but
it,
now
my goal was, but when I find my business partner, he said we can't just focus on Africans. We
yeah,
should focus on
yeah,
everyone. So we had to
yeah,
change our team to like heritage and style.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we are showing our heritage, but we are using our own style.
right,
Yeah.
right, 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 right. Guys, thank you for showing up. You're welcome to Kojo on the Pod. This is a podcast on life and relationships. Today I'm seated down with one and only Herbert. I guess you guys know him as Herbert's Fashion, or Herbert Obeng, and you know him. He's doing great things in the fashion world. And guys, I mean, it's so far just talking to him for like a few minutes. I'm learning so much from him. He's such a great person. And guys, please feel free to follow him. He's on Instagram. Herbert is Herbert's Fashion, right? Herbert's Fashion.
Evans Fashion for the brand, and Katichi underscore Herbert Obeng is my personal.
Yeah, that's his name as well. Just check him out, support him. It's good to just support each other, man. As I was saying earlier with supporting black businesses, sometimes it's sad. It's sad to see your fellow brother struggling. Like say for example, I know you, right? And you just told me about your business, and then you're like, oh, I'll support, and there's no way you are even trying to support the person. It's sad. It breaks my heart. Like your fellow brother, like, but you go ahead and go and buy the Prada, go and buy the Balenciaga, go and buy the Gucci's. I mean, to some extent, I understand that yes, you have your preference, you have you know. But if your brother is doing something, your sister is doing something, like our sister here, Rose, very soon she's gonna have a pop up shop, you know. It supports gradually. You just don't know. One day,
So
you see, I always tell people that you
so
just
my
don't know, eh?
mhm,
You just don't know where that fashion will be taken. You just don't
yeah,
know where that design will go. One day, maybe someone like Obama or someone like will just wear your dress or something and just post it. Then that's it. You
I know.
know. So if you and I are here and we're not supporting each other, are we waiting till we get to the big leagues before we support? It's very sad. Herbert, you
So
speak on
one
it.
thing about me, okay, so me, I'm very supportive when it comes to my friends. Like literally, I support everyone. Like I don't, no matter who you are. When I met Rose, I didn't know Rose personally. I hadn't hung out with her, but I just started sharing her business. Like this is the truth about us. Africans only want to see you at the top
Yeah.
before they respect you or give respect to what you
Mm-hmm.
do. And I always say that sometimes it's good to know the real people. Like me, for instance, the path that I'm treading on, like apart from my fashion, what I'm into communication, like I do MC
Okay.
um and stuff.
Okay.
So and I want to be a journalist. So
Okay.
I know I'm on the path of becoming like maybe a celebrity in the future.
Okay.
That's where
Okay.
and it helps you to know like the genuine people that you have to like mingle yourself around when you get
Yeah.
to the top
Yeah.
because they, now they don't want to just give hate to you because they feel like oh and it's one thing is there was one thing is jealousy like
Oh.
people think
Yep.
they are not able to do the things
Yep.
that you are
Yep.
doing
Yep.
and they feel inferior about themselves or they feel like why is this guy all over the internet he's able to do this and I can't do that, why should I support him, like when the praise comes it's just gonna go to him. But that you shouldn't think that way. You should support like each other. Everybody's gifted in a certain way that they need to use their talent. So
Yeah.
maybe I can do fashion, but if you give me a microphone to sing, I can't sing. When
You
I
cannot.
see somebody singing and I feel like they can actually touch hearts, I'll
Yeah.
support that
I'll
person.
support. Yeah.
And I'm gonna cite this example. When I came to America, I've noticed one thing: the Asians are really supportive of each other. You see an Asian, they can be in a room and there are five people, but the room is like just two bedrooms, but they wouldn't talk about it. An African will see another African living with another, they'll go report it to the listening office. Like we just don't like to support each other or like cover for each other, and that's our problem. And I feel
Where,
like it's a
what,
mindset.
Herbert, where from this mindset that we have, man? Like, where from this mindset? I don't like
So I feel like it's
sometimes I
like
don't like it breaks my heart too. It does break my heart, man.
so
Like
it's
serious.
like you don't want this is the thing, right? They don't want people to mention your name that oh this guy is doing great and stuff. They wish that the name and fame is coming to them. And that is why I always say that like always check your circle and who you want to do business with.
Yeah.
Because some people like they just come for the money
Yeah.
and they don't really care about how you actually how
Yeah.
growth is gonna come in between you.
Yeah.
So if there's any standing block and things are not working out, they'll just sign out and just leave.
Yeah.
So
Let me
yeah.
tell you something, right? Let me tell you something right now, and that will blow your mind briefly. Now, it was through someone that I met you.
Mm-hmm.
It was through someone that I met Rose. It was through someone that I met XYZ, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people forget that when you connect people to what like one person to another person,
Yeah.
you are it's like I'm gonna say how do I it's like a rope, right? It's like you take one part, you take one part, you take one part, you take one part, you take one part. And at the end of the day, we become strong, right? Now this VIA is Yano, right? What you're
Mm-hmm.
doing right now, even though we have like 8 people here, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. I'm not looking for viewers. I'm not looking for I care about like this one being on the internet for years. Because at some point, one day, I'm telling you, one day someone will look here. Someone will look on this live and say, hey, so you interviewed this great man. And
Mm-hmm.
then you see, I'm like, I always tell people like, listen, don't forget your small beginnings. Don't forget your small beginnings, where you started from. People are easy to forget their small beginnings, oh. Because I was saying this, I said that when I started my podcast 2018, I didn't believe that I would get here. I didn't believe that I'll be branding myself. I didn't believe that. Like, I just like to talk. So let's talk. But today, oh, could you brand yourself small? Oh, do this, tag this. I'm like, hey, and then this is how it's building my brand gradually. One to the next. It's like a domino effect. Thank you, domino effect. You just don't know. You just don't know. So Charlie, thank you again for supporting my business. Sorry, even though
Oh,
thank you for supporting my podcast. I
one
really
thing
appreciate
is,
you sitting down with me.
let me AWF podcast,
Yes,
African White Foods.
yes.
They gave me the first opportunity, and they've been great towards my brand. And
Great people,
like
man.
I love
Man.
that crew. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can go and check out that podcast I did with them. It was very educative but also entertaining at the same time. And same as the one I'm having with you here.
Yeah,
But with a mindset of Africans not supporting each other,
yeah.
I just feel like this is what you have to put in your mind when you start your business. It's you and God, and then maybe your business partner. Do not depend on others, because that's what I've noticed, that people will talk when they help you and you get to the top. They'll say that, oh, I'm the one who made this person get to the top and stuff. So sometimes, yeah, you need the support, but don't seek for it too much. It's best for you to do things on your own, because you don't want people to use stuff against you in the future. Yeah. So yeah.
True. Let me give a few shout outs. So ANC Empire Radio, guys, he's also a podcaster, he's a photographer, he's also into the entertainment business. So please follow him. Follow Rose, African Queen. Follow you guys, follow each other. Just follow each other. You just don't know. Follow. It's for free. Follow is free. You don't pay to follow. It's free. Follow the African Wise Foods. Follow them. Follow Coffee to Pack. Follow Nancy. Follow Sebastian. Follow everybody. You just don't know where your blessing is coming from. You just don't know. Before you go, right, I want to ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe a time when you faced a significant setback or failure in your business? Can you describe a time when you faced a significant setback or failure, and how did you overcome it?
One thing is, I feel like now it's becoming hard for us. I know one thing that we are struggling with right now is the pricing. One thing I believe that, and my business partner will testify, we know our stuff are nice, but people complain about the pricing, that, oh, we don't have the money to buy, that is expensive. But if you focus more on what people have to say, it's going to be a setback. So it got to a time where we had to put some of the items on sale, on a discount for people, just so that we can clear the items away. And then we were losing money and stuff, or we are not really the money that so the items come from Ghana, so the shipping, the stuff that go into it.
Yeah.
But that is how business is, as I told you.
Yeah.
For the first years, just put in your mind that you have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
And the sacrifice is when you know that you are learning, and when you get to the top, you know that you kind of hustle to get here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everyone is different. People are born in rich homes and they start a business and boom, their business is growing because it's because of the path that somebody made for them. But me, for instance, that I didn't have no path, I'm starting from the scratch. I know when I get to the top, I will know hey, it wasn't easy. So it makes you also know how to manage your money well. Because you know that, hey, the money that you made, it didn't come easy. It wasn't in the morning somebody just came to your door and then
it wasn't planted on the trees.
Yeah.
You had to, it wasn't planted.
Yeah, that's the setback. And investment is another thing. Income, we want to sell on other platform apart from our website, but we don't have the money to do it. And if you want to sell on Amazon, for instance, you need to kind of have all the merch on there. Let's say I'm wearing a particular outfit, this one, and I have only 10 pieces, and I put it on Amazon right now, and 100 people order. that's the pressure on you right now, because you have to get it to all the 100 people.
Yeah.
And they have a time limit, like 2 weeks, that you have to deliver the stuff to them.
Oh wow.
So if you don't do it, like, they can do the customer review and your shop can be closed.
Right.
So you need, like, the first thing, any business owner, yeah, you need to talk to God, you need discernment and stuff, but you need to know your income, what you are starting with. Like, that is the most important. If you don't know your income, like, that means that it's a failure right there. Yeah.
Okay. There's a question for you from ANC Empire Radio. It says, do you have a specific designer you do the clothing line with?
Yeah, we have someone in Ghana that we particularly work with. And then we, as I told you, our designs are our own designs. Like, we sketch them. So we tell them that this is what we want, because we don't want anybody to copy our designs. When we started, we were doing the normal ones, the African map, the Jiname symbols and stuff.
Yeah.
But my business partner is very talented. His name is Kojo P. He's on the live too.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah.
Can he come up?
I don't know whether
he... If he's busy, that's
but
fine.
you can is the Kojo P. You can request.
You can talk about.
So for him, he's very, like, talented. Like, he can sketch from his mind and stuff. We just released, like, a tank top with an Afro girl inside. And then he's the one who designed it. So he has really been helpful to me, because I know how to talk to people. I know how to put in the word content and stuff. I'll do it. But designing, that's his part. So, and that's good. That's why it's better to work with people, because the more you work with people, you get to, like, learn from each other. I'm not like a selfish person. I've always been selfless in my life, and I feel like it's taking me far. So that's something that maybe people can learn.
Good.
People feel like they start something, it's an idea, they don't want to add anybody. Like, the more, if you have a teamwork, it helps you a lot to get to the top.
That's true. I was asking, have you thought of starting your own online store? Like, you know how you have the online store where you can go, maybe herbertfashion.org, you can just buy from there.
We have our website already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the link is on our Instagram page, Linktree. And one thing, by God's grace, we've been featured in about 10 articles in like so many news articles. Ghana Web, Modern Ghana, like so many of them.
Great.
Yeah,
That's great. Wow. Okay, another question just came through from ANC Empire. ANC, thank you for asking the question. So he says, so if someone wants you to show him or her the way, would you? And that's the other question is, and what are the challenges you face with importing the clothes from Ghana?
Not really any challenges. We find the simple rule that we just have to let them post it for through post office and bring it to us. Okay. And if I want to, one thing is, my friends come to me, even if you have an African clothing line and it's the same interest that we have, I'm still going to show you how to get there. Okay. Because at the end of it all, this is just something as a side hustle. Yeah, if God helps me to get to the top, fine. But maybe for you, maybe that's actually like your field in life where you are focusing on. So yeah, like for you, maybe you need that ideas to get to the top. Yeah, and I'm not the only one who does African prints in this world. So there's no need for me to hate on you by not showing you the way. So I'm always ready to support people.
That's good. You know, there are people called gatekeepers. Those who try to stop people from at least entering into the industry. Because for me, with my podcasting, right, if you ask me right now, Kojo, how do you get into podcast? I will tell you from A to Z. I'm still learning though. I'm still learning. But I will tell you that, okay, I signed into, Spotify for podcasters. I started, recording here and there, using this app, using this software, stuff like that. So most times people think that, like, because we are where we are, sometimes we are very egoistic. We are very prideful of where we are, so we cannot share our information. Like this guy, for example, ANC Empire, he came to me and said, oh, Kojo, I'm starting this podcast. How do you start? I showed him everything, like every single thing, like the blueprints. Like, this is how I started. This is how, so if you need any help, reach out to me. And since he's been doing it, he's been doing great. We always exchange, information, exchange knowledge here and there. And, so I think that's why he asked you this question. He He's asking a question again. It says, "Are you registered, and do people pay taxes when they buy from you? Are you
Okay, so
registered?"
our brand. So our name is now Heaven's Fashion LLC. We are a limited
Okay,
liability company.
LLC.
So
Oh, good,
and
good.
people don't pay on the website for now.
Okay,
We've taken care of the taxes, but we do file taxes at the end of the year. So that's
okay.
what we do. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Um, any future prospects? Anything that you're planning on? I saw your time talks for the summer collection. Any future
Yeah,
prospects
we
for
have a
that?
lot of designs there. We just need the income, the capital. Like to anybody here, anybody like we've applied for some grants, and you can also apply even podcasters and stuff, having your own business. You can apply because sometimes you need the equipment to also like kind of like support your business.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we are depending on God, and let's see what the government also have to offer. But I'm also praying that maybe when I finish college, like I'm done with college, I can actually like focus on my fashion brand and stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, like we are also thinking of getting on bigger platforms like New York Times, those
Yes.
like
Yeah.
Fox, them interviewing us talking
Yeah.
about our brand.
Yeah.
So when you get to that part, you know that now people like that. So our main target right now, like, it's not really the the Ghanaians anymore or people from our country. It's more like the Black Americans because they like African prints,
Okay. Yeah.
and also the other white people.
Yeah.
Because when I started, there were some white people from my job that actually bought some of the
Wow.
caps and the shirts.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they
That's
really
beautiful.
like it. Some people will
That's
feel like,
beautiful.
oh, so yeah, that's
That's
the goal
beautiful.
right now.
That's beautiful. Now, it's my prayer. It's my prayer again. Not just you alone, but me as well. It's my prayer that when we get to the highest of highest, we will still be humble.
Mm-hmm.
We'll still be, because sometimes, this world it's quite a tricky thing. Sometimes we be very humble when we are starting, but when we get to the top, it's like we begin to be arrogant and proud and all of that kind of stuff. So for me, that's my prayer for every entrepreneur, everyone. I know where we are, it's not where we want to be, but my prayer is that we're going to be humble and continue to be humble. Someone's asking, Kojo Ajima, you're welcome. Link to the stuff, please. It's in his Instagram. You go to his Instagram, Katachi Herbert Obeng, and his business Instagram is Herbert Fashion. So
Yeah, if
once
you
you
go
go,
to my main page,
man page, okay,
you see my handle for all my
everything
businesses out there.
is there,
Yeah,
and his website is there. Please go patronize. Please go
yeah.
patronize. He says,
So he
"Have
said,
you?
have you tried going
Yes. Have
on?
you tried going on
We've
there?"
done so many about 15 fashion shows
Okay.
that we've
Wow.
done. Yeah.
Wow. Every year or
So it's cool. It's like we've gone to Howard. Like by God's grace, the whole DMV, everybody knows about my brand. So
wow.
yeah.
Wow. I'm privileged. I'm privileged
Mm,
to have a seat with you.
mm,
I'm privileged. Wow. The whole DMV.
yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful. Like can you imagine just saying it? Like no. Like step back a little bit. Just step back a little bit and just say it again. Like let it sink in. The whole DMV knows about your brand. Like
Yeah.
let it sink in. Oh, you came here
They
5 days ago
what
and now.
one thing is, I know it's good. I always tell people it's good to get a fame and all that, but the main goal about fashion is like you getting the sales.
Yeah,
So right now we are more focused on getting sales
yeah,
from the people that actually love the brand.
yeah,
So that's the main goal.
yeah.
You have to drag the people going to Shane, Zara, and all those like other brands, Balenciaga, Gucci, to your fashion
Yeah,
like page,
yeah.
so that they can actually shop from there. That's
It
the
will
main
come.
goal.
It will come gradually. It will come gradually. ANC is asking, it says, if you had, did you bring any positive impact on your business? If so, how? If you had any positive
Oh yeah.
impact on your business.
So I have a nonprofit in Ghana, and a nonprofit here. It's called Flu Charity Foundation. So that one I started it when I finished high school in Ghana. I went to Opokuware, it was.
Oh,
So then I
okay.
moved. Yeah,
Oh,
when I
okay.
moved
Hey,
there.
my rival. Where you going?
So like when
Oh,
I moved here, I still continued it. So some of the proceeds that we
right.
get, um, we
It goes
use it
there.
to support the clothing brand,
Okay.
because yeah, you're making money, but I also believe in making an impact.
Yeah.
I always say that when you leave this earth, what is somebody going to remember you for?
Remember you.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't let people remember you for the money you made.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let people remember you for the impact that you've made, the
Exactly.
stuff that you've been able
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. I really appreciate you, man. Like, this has been very educational, very impactful, very insightful. Any more questions? Feel free. We have almost 2 minutes, and so you can also enjoy your Czech picnic. I didn't mean to, you know, stop you from enjoying life. You have to enjoy life. You have to
Oh, no,
enjoy.
no, no, no.
You know,
Yeah, fine.
yeah.
Like, if
Any
anybody has any
you can
questions,
also ask me a question or two.
yeah.
It's fine. At this point, I
So,
think
like,
almost done.
with your podcasting,
Yes.
right? Me, for instance, like, I'm a com major, so I want to be a journalist. So
Okay.
this is something I need to start because I like soccer, so I need to do podcast. And during the World Cup, I was doing commentary on Instagram, like my
Okay.
personal page.
Okay.
I had 3K followers during that time,
Okay.
but just within that World Cup season, that's how I got to
Wow.
4K and something.
Wow.
So people
Wow.
like actually like the content I was giving to
Right.
them,
Right.
and it was a little bit of fun too.
Right.
So I want to ask you, like, in the next year or two, how do you see yourself improving on your podcast, and what are some of the stuff that I know, like, everybody likes to talk about relationship, entrepreneurship, and stuff, right? But I don't know whether you are into ministry and stuff. Maybe you could also try and chip in like ministry stuff
Okay.
towards your podcast and
Okay.
bring on like more like renowned people who are in the ministry
Right.
doing God's work. I feel
Yeah.
like that could also build your following
Right.
and stuff.
Now, I've thought about it. Thank you for the question. I've thought about it, definitely, right? Again, I don't just, to be honest with you, I don't just bring anybody on my podcast. And before I bring someone on my podcast, I pray about it, right? And as spiritual as I am, I need to be very discerning. As you mentioned earlier with your descendants, I'm very discerning who I bring on here and who I don't. And it's very important. You talked about bringing someone in ministry. Yes, I will definitely do that. However, the only issue is that, when it comes to the word of God, and sometimes, people try to battle with spiritual and religion, and sometimes too, it can be of a little issue. Actually, I had a question yesterday or so. I was like, I haven't really come across Christian podcasts, like podcasts that talk about like the word of God, or like, having conversation about faith, money, sex, relationships and stuff. I have not come across it. Is this something that I might be doing in the future? Yes, most likely. Yes, I'll be doing it very soon. It's just that right now I'm gradually building my audience, building the things I value. I value God, I value fitness, I value relationships. And out of these things is what I'm, gradually building these things. So yeah, definitely it will come along the way.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. Watch
And when
out.
it comes, we are all here to
Oh,
support. So
I really
yeah.
appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you, man. I know for sure. Like, if I count on you, you'll be here. I appreciate. I can sense your genuineness towards me and towards my journey. I really appreciate that. So yeah,
I think there's another question. It
what
says, what
motivates you
motivates you on a journey with the
the
clothing line?
clothing line? Yeah, what motivates you on this? That's a very good question. Yeah, because sometimes let me tell you, sometimes this journey I'm going on, sometimes I'm like, hey, will someone listen to my podcast? Hey, sometimes it can discourage you sometimes, but hey, we move.
So
Or what about you?
you can produce like 10,000 clothes, or like different designs, but it takes only one clothing of yours to hit. It's like when you post on Instagram and it takes that one video to hit
Yeah.
the engine, then everybody comes to follow you. That's how I've set my mind. That there's gonna be a time that we will release one particular merch where the whole world will be a fan of it, and that's it. Like,
Wow.
and that's where we hit the block,
Yeah.
and then we start earning our money. So I feel like that time is coming.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Any more questions for me, or we are done? I don't know.
So
I'm done with my questions.
apart from your podcast, like, what are some other things that inspire you in life, or you want to also do? Yeah.
Okay.
When it comes to like business aspect.
Business. So business-wise, I'm a photographer, right? I do photography. I also do 360, the video booth. I do that. And I do podcasting as well. Yeah, I enjoy. I just enjoy things that make me grow, make me learn, make me want to. I don't want to be stagnant. I want to always learn something new. If it is AI, if it is stocks, if it is crypto, if it is gaming, I always want to learn something because at this point, like I'm always willing to just build my mind to other aspects of life. So yeah, so those are the things that I
That's good.
do aside from just
That's
um
nice.
podcasting.
I think he says, how did I manage to get my
Yes.
capital? So when I started my clothing line, I started with only $100.
This is from your own pocket.
Yeah, my own. So the money I used towards my clothing line is, I work at CVS. So I was working at CVS during that time in McDonald's. Like I was doing like I think I was doing 3 jobs when I newly came from America. McDonald's, CVS, and White's Market. Like I was just,
Alternate.
like hustler. You have to make sure
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
from Ghana. You're not
yeah.
you're not
You
here.
don't
You're
just
not
sit
born
home.
here.
You
Yeah.
don't just
So
sit
yeah.
home. Yeah,
So that was the money that I was actually like investing into my clothing brand.
yeah,
And I just $100. And one thing is, I started with my mom's, sorry, my best friend's mom. So
yeah.
she was the one doing the clothes, but so she wasn't selling it to me like very like expensive. So it was like very cheap. And yeah, that's so the 100 actually was good for the start. So yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, Katachi.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Herbert. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for spreading your wings into the world. I really appreciate sitting down with you. Like it's an honor, honestly speaking. The fact that you said everyone knows you in the DMV area, I'm honored. I'm privileged to sit down with you. Like honestly speaking. So we'll definitely chit chat again. Um, we'll talk more
Okay.
definitely on the side. And whenever you start your boutique or your whatever, any new thing that comes around, I'll be here to support and definitely reposting, following, and all that kind of stuff. So I really appreciate you so much, and I hope you enjoy your picnic. I hope you enjoy your day, and yes, we'll talk another time. Okay?
Okay, sure. Thank you. I know you do photography and
Yeah.
360. I also, apart from my fashion, I do MC. So
Okay.
if I get any gigs where they need people to do photography or 360 at their weddings and events, we could also link up.
Yes,
So
please. We'll
yeah.
definitely link up. I'll follow you with my business's page,
Okay.
and then we'll talk more. Thank you so
Okay. I
much.
think he has a question, but I'm gonna answer him like behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I
So for
appreciate
now,
that.
yeah,
Behind the
yeah,
scenes. ANC, your answer will be given to you behind the scenes.
yeah.
Thank you, ANC. Thank you guys again for showing up. I really appreciate you guys for showing up. And it's been a pleasure. This is Kojo on the Pod, a podcast on life and relationships. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.